the whale. We go. Hello and welcome, friends. My name is Anthony. I'll be your captain and storyteller today as we journey into Storybook Land. But first, for your safety, all that we ask is that we please remain seated at all times so their hands, arms, legs, and feet inside our boat. So if you could please refrain from touching our yucky green water or any friendly ducks you might see along the way. Now, friends, most people travel to enchanted new worlds through the pages of a book. But as for us, even though it seems as if we're being swallowed by Monster the Whale, we're actually traveling to a whole new world called Storybook Land. Ooh, very good. Now, as you may know, most good stories start off with a once upon a time, and ours begins with those three little pigs who are always being chased by that big bad wolf. They just so happen to live here on our right-hand side. You'll notice a house made out of straw, the next made out of stick, and last, but certainly not least, one made out of guaranteed wolf-proof brick. Now, as we venture forward, our story takes quite a strange turn, as on our left-hand side, we'll be approaching a quaint little village home to Alice, where during one golden afternoon, she decided to follow a white rabbit down a rabbit hole, in which she went down, 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 all the way to Wonderland. Now, in the middle of our canal here, we'll be visiting London Park, where the darling children set flight alongside Peter Pan and Tinkerbell off to Neverland, where they would never, ever grow up. Oh, now how about a magical twist in our story as the city of Agrabah will be directly up ahead. This is, of course, where East Tree ran even Aladdin bumped into Princess Jasmine in the marketplace and stole her heart. Now, even though these two were from completely different worlds, thanks to the magic known as love, these two live happily ever after at Sultan's Palace. Speaking of which, the twinkling lights on our archways above here represent the starry night in which Aladdin and Jasmine soared over, sideways, and under during their magical carpet ride to a whole new world. Not all stories are filled with love and light. Some are dark and even mysterious, just like our Cave of Wonders, where Aladdin bumped into the home of our favorite genie, Genie. Now, as we approach this magical lamp on our left-hand side, feel free to make a wish and see if it comes true. Now, thankfully for our friend Snow White, her wish came true, as she wished for protection against the evil queen. Luckily for her, she stumbled across this cozy little cottage on her right-hand side, home to the 7 dwarfs. On our left, you might notice a blue roof chateau, the very same in which Cinderella grew up in alongside her wicked stepsisters. That is, of course, until her fairy godmother granted her wish to attend the ball, where she had so much fun she stayed past midnight, and as a result suffered some unfortunate consequences, like having her carriage turn into a pumpkin. Now, even though Cinderella's story may have ended with a happily ever after, not all stories or wishes have to follow that same path. Some can be pretty silly, simple, and whimsical, like wishing for a hillside of flowers to turn into a quilted sheet to sleep on. Well, this happens in our 1933 silly symphony cartoon Lullaby Land, which our succulents on our left-hand side are inspired by.
Here, you can see the duck on the island. Or did it go?
It's a little family of ducks. You can see a little duckling as well. You'll see it tiny, tiny.
Oh, babies!
Bye, everybody.
Now, just past this little bridge here, on our left, we'll be quickly approaching Toad Hall, home to the fabulous Mr. Toad. But, oh, it appears as if Mr. Toad might not be home right now, as rumor has it he's usually somewhere off in Fantasyland on a wild ride, leading to nowhere in particular. Oh, but some of us may be way more familiar with his next-door neighbors, which live in the kingdom of Arendelle, with its castle and bay, ship at anchor, and icy palace rising from the mountaintop. Here, sisters Anna had also met their buddy frozen friends, Krista, Olaf, and Sven.
It's cool.
Up ahead will be one of our final stops Alpine Village or Geppetto wished upon a star for his puppet Pinocchio to turn into a real boy. And with that wish finally being granted after Pinocchio rescued him from the belly of Monstro. Now, sadly, friends, past this bridge here on our right will be our final stop, but it's this captain's personal favorite, which is going to be Prince Eric's castle, the very same in which he met our lovely Little Mermaid Ariel. But as you may know about Ariel, she's not from our world. She's actually from the underwater city of Atlantica, which you'll see here on the right side of our waterfall. But only if you look really, really closely past that little gap in the water, as King Triton has certainly made it a little hard to see. Well, with that being said, friends, our story here is coming to an end. I will love to remind you once again to watch those hands, arms, and fingers, and please keep them inside our boat, especially my friends here on my left-hand side. Now, when we come to a complete stop, I will ask that we all remain seated, because on my count of 3, we're all going to stand up at the same time, so nobody takes a personal tour to see what's under the sea.